Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome to another episode of the Straighjacket podcast 122. Big up to everybody who's tuning in right now. Smash a like on the video. You already know the script. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you share it across all your social platforms. I'm just going to introduce the guests. Not even guests, man. Brothers in the building. You know what I'm saying to you? Mr. Structure is in the house. You know what I mean? You look worn out there. You know what I mean? Are you okay there? You're on mute.
I'm good, man. I'm good,
Absolutely.
man.
Absolutely. Mr. Ari United, you saying, bro, you good?
Yeah, man, I'm good. It's pissing down over here in Manchester, as you can see. So,
yeah, man.
It's a bit. I would have liked to enjoy the weather today, but it is what it is. You know, we live, We're happy, we're alive, and shout out to all of you as well.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody who's in the building right now. Lambs is in the building. Make sure you go check out the channel. Big up to Lambs, always supporting. You feel me? Flawless, man. You're looking shining over there. What's going on, man? You're looking good, man. What are you saying? Yeah, he's lagging big time. Yeah, he's still at the protest, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's still at the protest still. But yeah, man, we're gonna get into this right now. You get me? We got Musa in the building as well here. Musa, what are you saying, bro? You good?
We're good, man. What's happening, man? What's happening?
Yeah, man, we're good, man. We're good in the building. Obviously, yesterday, the massive protest. Man United have condemned it today, saying the few people who were in the stadium will be sanctioned, will be, season tickets will be taken off them. Yeah, man, I want to get your thoughts on Nuruddin. The media.
Somebody's flipping sanctioned the Glazers. Are they taking a piss, bro?
Well, this is the football club, innit? This is the football club on what they're trying to do. But I'm going to come to you, Nuruddin. Yesterday, the protest, before we get into the kind of fallout and whatnot, just describe the mood of the protest. How was it? You were there, and obviously big up Flawless, big up Adam as well. But how was the actual protest in a nutshell for you? And obviously your portrayal and your side of the real story of the protest.
Passionate, rowdy, making our points. Carnival-like, flares, songs. Yeah. Masses of people, strategic. There was some strategy to it. Yeah. And just letting it be known, Glazers out. That's what it was. I know we're gonna come on to what the fallout is, but yeah, it was passionate. It was football fans, it was United fans, people that love Man United, who feel like nobody here. It's people who feel like powerless, who got out there and was stopped being apathetic and got out there and thought, no, we're gonna scream and shout. And we're gonna do something that's gonna make the world listen, mate. The world was on Manchester. Everything good, boy. Wood boy. Everything's good, bro. How are you doing? But yeah, that's what it was. It was passionate. It was peaceful.
It did look like it, man. It looked like people were united, singing. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. And I mean, anybody can paint whatever they want. That's what it is. But it was beautiful. Yeah, I got emotional, man. I'm not gonna.
You've not seen this before, have you?
Because to see so many people uniting for the love of Man United, it's a beautiful thing to see. I don't care what happened or what the ramification was. Nobody's here condoning violence. But I'm sorry to say, those of you who were not there cannot know the full story. And no camera, anything can be edited. Anything can be misconstrued. Anything can be put narrative and media framing can be built around that. But for me, I'm proud of every single one of Man United fans that were there yesterday. And I hope this continues. And that's the thing for me. I hope we don't lose this. But as far as the protest goes, bouncy, vibrant, fans letting
Manchester Carnival, isn't it?
It was. That's what it was, man.
Aaron, I'm going to come to you next, man. Did you You know, the scale of it yesterday, obviously, we were there on the one on last week's one, but this one was like a madness. You get me? Like, these guys got onto the pitch, Aaron. Like, you know how mad that is? Obviously, these man, they broke into that little area. I think that area, for me, I don't know if you guys know, but it must be a disabled entrance. Surely it's got to be a disabled entrance. Because them places are, you know what I mean? There's always like a stairs you need to go to or whatnot. That must have been, for me, a disabled entrance. But they got in there, and I couldn't believe it, bro, Aaron. Them man got into the stadium. We always just say about Marseille, you know, all these clubs, you know, doing this. And you always say, you know, we don't condone it. We don't, you know, we don't agree with this and that, whatnot. But you know what, man? Them man got into it, bro. They got into the stadium. And for me, if you're going to do something, you have to do it big. And this man did it, bro. They're shaking it, bro. Like I'm saying, shaking the world of football. This is the world of watching, Aaron.
One thing I am happy about is the fact that it was on national television. Almost every news outlet out there in the world has reported about it. And obviously, you guys know my ties with Germany since I, you know, grew up there and was born there. You know, my friends from Germany were messaging me, asking me if I was all right. They were asking me if anything had happened to me, and I was like, nah, don't worry, because I wasn't there at the protest yesterday, and they were asking me if I was all right, and I just made it clear that I didn't go to the protest, and you know, just to show that how global it went, that it got all the way to Germany, and people were talking about it over there. Big up to everyone that went there with the right intentions. I'm going to say that with the right intentions. I'm going to say two things. Like I said, I'm happy it got out there to the world, and the game actually to the point where the game had to be postponed. That's how you know that you made a big impact. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, we know how much money comes in with every match day, whether fans are allowed in or not. They make money because of the TV revenue, etc., etc., etc. Fact is, the Glazers have lost money yesterday, which is a good thing. Yeah, which is a good thing. And this is where you need to hit them. Hit the pockets, bro. You know what I mean? With the TV revenue, which is going to lead me on to my next point. There's no point of anyone going to the protest last week, the one that we went to, and the protest yesterday, the one that Nudin went to, if you're just going to buy the newest Man United kit in flipping July, and if you're going to renew your season ticket. I just had a show with Manny, and he broke it down to me because he studied finances, and he was like, if you look at the season ticket itself, the season ticket themselves, they don't generate that much money. No. It's the people that subscribe to MUTV, people that buy the pies and all the drinks and food at halftime. It's the people that buy the merchandise, the shirts. You know, every now and then they'll bring out this new fancy, tracksuit, boom, £120 spent on that. Those are the kind of areas that you need to focus on. So if you're just going to go to the protest just because you want to sing, get drunk and get pissed, but then you're going to renew your season ticket, you're going to buy the newest shirt. We might sign Jadon Sancho, but then you're going to buy the Jadon Sancho shirt because he's going to get the iconic number 7. Don't get sucked into that. Do not get sucked into that. Please, people. Because if you do that, you go into the protest, you just wasted your time, probably wasted your money because you put fuel into your car, you paid, I don't know, for a bus ticket or tram ticket, whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? If you went to the protest, you have to have a clear reason why. Now, I want to get onto the people that got inside the stadium. Obviously, 4 black men in here on this stream. We all know if this were a bunch of black men going into the stadium, that would have been a different story. Yeah. So I'm not condoning, I'm not saying that it's right what they did, but I do understand it. But that's a conversation for another day. What I do not agree with, like categorically not, is the whole breaking of equipment. Like, fam, you're not paying for it. It's not yours. Don't do it.
Yeah, there was one particular guy that was doing it. I could see him, man. There was a particular guy. He took like a camera stand and then smacked it on the floor. Bro, your face is all over the news, bro. And lucky you, like I'm saying lucky you, but I mean it in a sarcastic way. Your season ticket's going to get cancelled, bro. You're probably going to get a ban, whatever it is you're going to get. Do you see what I'm saying? So, like, that's how you know some of these guys actually just went there just to cause trouble, because you get onto the pitch, fair enough. Some of the guys were actually protesting and whatnot, singing, and then
I see people scoring overhead kicks. I see people taking the corner flags. Like, is this what you went there for? Like, what are we doing? That's not.
I think what adds it to know is that these guys have been locked in for a year, man. Everyone's become insane. You know, everyone's become insane. They not see the football before. They see the go to the corner flag. I think what has happened now, the emotion of the whole year being locked up has just caused everyone to be madness now. Everyone's become insane.
No, but what I'm saying
is the reality. Yeah.
What I'm saying is this side, you can protest to the point. Like, let me just say that again. The fact that the fans that went to protest, the fact that you got the game postponed is already a big thing. That's a huge thing. Yeah, and personally, I do not give two shits about, because apparently we might get points deduction. That's fine. Deduct points, bro. Do that. Because I'll tell you what, if we do that every week, go and protest and they postpone every game, I don't care if we lose 15 points. Because at the end of the day, in the bigger picture, it's going to hurt the Glazers' pockets, and that's what we all want.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I'm saying? So what I do understand, and I do agree with, people going to the protest. Okay, fair enough. You went onto the pitch, you stormed into the stadium. I understand the frustration. I understand that. But what I do not agree with, is the whole break-in of, and I saw someone trying to throw a flare at, the guys that were in the studio, the Nevilles and Carragher's and stuff. Like, why? Do you know what I'm saying? It's just unnecessary. It's dumb. It's stupid. But, however, I'm going to say that shout out to everyone who went there with the right intentions. That's what I'm going to say.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'm going to bring over to you, Musa, man. Obviously, Aaron's made the comments there about, certain people, certain individuals, It's the other argument to it saying, if you don't do all of this, you know what I mean? I don't know there's been to protest many, many times, you know what I mean? The bigger the noise, the bigger the cause, you know what I mean? And when you look at everything, you look at everything included. Was it going to take this for the Glazers to realize? Because if you do a protest and you start singing outside the ground, they'll be like, yeah, cool, you sang outside the ground. But these man went in the stadium, they caused noise, they did a bit of criminal damage. Like I said, we don't agree with that, we don't agree with the violence here, but them man made the noise and it shocked everyone. I couldn't believe it. I thought there was a game going on.
Yeah, but you know what it is, man? There's two things going on here for me. Two things. 2 weeks ago, when we was in the Super League and it was all going nuts, it feels like the whole footballing world, especially the Premiership, used the fans for their benefit. So they used the fans to get mad, to get angry, and then we made noise as a fan base. Fan bases coming together. Arsenal, you got people like Chelsea singing Glazers. Came together as a fan base, and that was off the back of all the publicity that was coming from all the channels, whether it was flipping these channels like TalkSport, Sky Sports, BT. Everyone was singing from the same hymn sheet. So now, 2 weeks later, they've got what they wanted. The big teams have pulled out. They've just left the fans in limbo. There's no more support. You know what I'm trying to say? They're not giving us the support that we need to get over the line, to get new owners and to get new people in the club. And then on top of that, it feels like, as a Man United fan, with the rest of the fans, is that we've got into a fight and the United fans have led from the front and we've turned around and our brethren have run away. There's no one behind us. We're just left to look like we're the only fans that's causing problems and making noise. In reality, it's bigger than that. This was about the Premiership and English football and the impact that these foreign owners were having on the game, that they were prepared to move the clubs if they had to and have us playing football matches in America, India, Asia, wherever it was going to be, just to suit their pockets. And this is what they're on. So now Man United fans are coming out and saying enough's enough. What do they want us to do? To just go outside stadiums and sing songs, or to just put hashtags on websites?
This is the difference, isn't it?
Because if Sky and the Premier League as institutes couldn't do nothing about these clubs and these billionaire owners making the move that they made, then what? If they couldn't do nothing about that, they were as shocked as us. We got all of these commentators shocked. It's breaking news. United owners, Chelsea owners, they were all as shocked as us. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
And we were powerless to stop it. So now here comes Man United fans, making sure that one of the biggest games in world football, you have to remember this game was being ready to be streamed across the world. So all of these channels in America, in Arabia,
absolutely,
in Asia, China, all like you have
imagine
to understand
waking up.
certain
Imagine
parts of
waking
the
up
world
7 in the morning in Australia to watch it.
Yeah, certain parts of the world, people are taking days off work. Like things are going
true,
on. You know what I'm trying to say? It's a big game. Certain parts of the world, like you said, it's 7 in the morning. Like there's fan clubs. People are taking days off work. Oh, guess what? The game's not on. What happened? United fans put a stop to it because they want their owners out. Yeah, that's the level that we're talking about, because Sky Sports didn't have the balls to say, you know what? Yeah, we're not going to broadcast these guys who said that they want to be out of the top 6. We're going to make sure that no one sees, like, we're going to deduct points, deduct money, whatever you need to do. They were not prepared to do that. As soon as these clubs said, oh, sorry, we're not going to, do it anymore. We made a wrong decision. We've realized, blah, blah, it's all sweet again. No, it's not sweet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As a fan base, we want them out. And no one's condoning violence. No one's saying that anything, whatever. But at the end of the day, when did any change happen without people going out there and marching? Where? Like when I was listening to people on TalkSport yesterday, Darren Benton, I was thinking, you're only on TalkSport because somebody came and marched. Like, when was like black people allowed to do anything? Do you think that like equalities came around people just sitting down and saying, "Oh, that's not the way to do
oppression, man"?
Women's rights to vote came through marching. Like black right, all of that. Everything's come through marching and protesting. You have to fight. There's no way around it. You think you're going to sit down and all of a sudden you're going to be given right? No, Man United fans are not going to be given what we need if we sit down, because the Premiership have got what they wanted. People have kept quiet, and now you're going to have UEFA, creating a new Champions League to make sure that they please the big clubs, give them the money that they need, and we're going to be sitting there come next season talking about, the club's not run properly, we need this, we need that. Listen, United fans have to keep on doing what they're doing. We're not saying, violence or whatever it may be, but if we have to lock off another big game, then
trust me.
Then be it.
This is what we've got to do, Nuruddin, man. We've got to hit the pockets, man. You know what I mean? And for me, So Norwegian Mr. Breenout says, hey, protests aren't supposed to be comfortable. Protests are supposed to be, we want them out. We want them out. You know what I mean? But it's not supposed to be some cheerleading contest. You know what I mean? It's not meant to be. And that's the problem. And, someone say there, Liam Quinn goes, suffragettes literally died to get their vote in protest. And look at today, we're in an equality world. You know what I mean? We'd like to think it's an equality world. And we'd like to think everyone has a freedom in vote and everyone has a fair chance in life. This is what we got to do, because at the end of the day, right, these Glazers, yesterday was for me a first sign of, oh, wow, they stopped the game, Wow, so we can't earn this right. We can't earn this. We can't earn that from that company who will send us an invoice today. All these things add up, Nuruddin. So when you start to do next game, then the next game, then the next game, I think Man United should do this to the end of the season. Every home game to the end of the season. Why not, eh? Because at the end of the day, I couldn't care about Premier League. We're second. We're probably going to finish second. But it matters about what these guys do. And when Gary Neville got butted by that guy in Sky, right, and saying, but we're just going to stop every Premier League game. Come on, mate. They know what they want. They want the money so that they can benefit themselves. And that's the problem. We've got to tell the people. It's not about, saying that it's going to work or whatnot. But we have to keep going, Nuruddin. That's the main message, isn't it? Relentless. It has to be relentless, Nuruddin.
Big up Gary Neville, first of all. Big up Jamie Carragher. Big up Roy Keane. Soonest, suck your mother. And that's me fasting. That's what I'll say, mate. That's what I'm going to say. Protests are not supposed to be comfortable. What people did there was called civil disobedience. Civil disobedience. Those of you, Google it if you don't know what civil disobedience means. Protests are meant to be uncomfortable. Protests to get your point across, to be heard. And Man United were heard loud and clear yesterday. That's why I'm proud of everybody. Now, the 1% people, that one guy got seen doing with a tripod, throwing a tripod and smashing a tripod. Another guy seemed to be kicking. And I think it was the same guy that was kicking stuff. That's noise, man. That's noise. And
it's noise. I know.
What you have to understand is that there are too many bootlickers in this media. Too many bootlickers. And what I mean by bootlickers is that the majority of people want to make money in this country, yeah, in terms of corporations and the government. That they will support people to make money and billionaire class. They're not with the people. They're with the rich, mate. They're with the rich. Yeah. At the end of the day, majority of those people in the media coming out, it's like saying we don't want working class people to get above their station, because if they can shut off one of the biggest games that globally, almost a billion people watch that. A billion people watch that game. That's well known. It's the biggest game in English football. And the Man United fans did that. So nobody here condones violence. Nobody here is saying that fans to go violent. But at the end of the day, I just want to make this clear. The reason why those clashes look bad at the end, because the police go in heavy-handed.
Did you see what they did, though?
Well, in London, for that woman that was murdered by the police, Sarah Everett. Sarah Everett got murdered by a police marksman, yeah? He murdered her. Next minute, it was lockdown. Women went out there because there's hell of a violence against women in this world, and hell of a violence against women in this country, where women get killed, 2 or 3 die every week, right? We're talking about suffragettes before. Women have not fully got the rights because men out here killing women, and the women, all these other women went out there and did a vigil. Everybody who's peace-loving and cares about other human beings went and did a peace vigil. Police, when they're heavy-handed, people who went there peacefully started roughing him up. What do you think they're going to do to football fans? Police are always rough with football fans. They always come heavy-handed, and they got a little bit of reply. All the videos that I've seen is police being heavy-handed, grabbing one. That's the oldest trick. I've been to protest, more protests than I've been alive. That's me. I've been to more protests than I've ever been alive on this planet. And the biggest tactic is 4 of them grab you, get you around the van, and beat you up. And they don't want anybody to record it. And we've seen that what they do to that kid. And we see what they do to the man who was folding his arms. They grabbed him and pushed him. And they were kicking and battering, man. So the police came to move people. By that time, we already got off, right? Me, Flawless, shout out Flawless, we got off, right? And my brethren that were there, right? We got off by that time. But I was in command. As soon as I got, we were in contact with people that were still there, right? And go, what's going on? The police came to move. When the police came to move people, it was done aggressively, right? And people then had to fight back. That's what happens at protests. They came for, we're going to clear this area, and they were doing that outside of the. Shout out to every United fan that was outside the Lowry as well. Lock that down. Buses go nowhere.
Lock off,
mate. That's what it was, right? And they did exactly the same. So now the media narrative is policeman got injured, policeman got beaten up, this and that. No, mate. No. At the end of the day, protest is about civil disobedience. Peaceful, but if you're going to tell people not to retaliate when police are hitting them, smashing them over the head, or police are pushing them and getting barriers in their faces, nah, mate, people are not going to be peaceful. Police control it. Majority of the protests, me and Flawless and that were there, police knew it was just like a carnival thing. Fans singing, flares going off, fans climbing here or there, a bits of, on the roofs and that. But that's what it was. But soon as the police got pressure, and you know why that is, innit? Because the money man, innit? The money man were like, this game, you need to play the fans. And when the fans got inside, I'm glad they got inside. And I'll just go back to what Aaron was saying. I know that he doesn't mean it in that sense, but it's 1 or 2 people out of 200 or 250 that went in that pit. There was 2 people. One of them threw a flare, the other one threw a bottle, and another one smashed the tripod. That don't mean that it's all the fans. And some of those were young people, like Saeed was saying, who were frustrated
excited to get in there.
Yeah, frustrated.
You can see the video.
Been on lockdown. That they've been on lockdown. One of them
absolutely, man.
Yeah. One of them got overexcited. Is it at the end of the day? I explain it to people who are not football fans. It's a dream for all of us to get on that football pitch. At the end of the day, fans, to me, those who got on the ground, stopped the game, and I was so happy. You don't understand? I was celebrating like Man United won. I was celebrating. As soon as that news came around, that Man United, that game was postponed, because that's what we wanted. That's what the objective was. That's what it was. So anybody moralizing, right? Moralizing now when they don't know. And then Jermaine Jennings, Pat Neville, people are all of them.
Even Peter Schmeichel today.
What did they say? What did they say? Because I didn't hear it.
And you know what? Schmeichel as well this morning.
What's he saying, man?
Yo, can someone can the people in the comments put the quotes in the comments so that we can?
No,
because
I
didn't hear anything.
Man, I got one here. Schmeichel here. Schmeichel's got one comment here.
Aaron,
what's he saying here?
He basically said the Glazers. We need to work with the Glazers because nobody's gonna buy the club.
But fuck this guy, man. This is
apparently
the
FA. The FA said they're looking into the event before yesterday. The FA will liaise with MBFC and player safety authorities. Police saying fans involved violence must be identified and prosecuted. You know what I mean? We're going to bring in Flawless in the building now. Flawless, can you hear me now? Are you ready?
Yeah. Am I back? Is the internet connection better now?
Yeah, you're back now. We're just going to get your thoughts on the protest yesterday. You were there yesterday. Obviously, a lot of people saying, the media now trying to spin it, saying there's a lot of violence going on. What's your opinion on what happened yesterday? By the way, we've got 500 people watching. Smash a like on the video. What was your opinion? And you kind of narrate your story of what happened yesterday.
All right, I just want to say, you lot get the likes up, and secondly, man, I scored at Old Trafford before Salah, Firmino, and Mane in it, so put some respect on my name. Put some respect on my name. It's not that hard. Secondly, yesterday, I hate how the media, the mainstream media, is trying to spin the narrative that because of what happened, with the fans breaking into the ground, throwing the flares, destroying the Sky camera, being in the changing rooms, etc., etc. That was a small minority out of however many. Is there a reported number on how many are there? How many were there?
It's about about 100, 200, not many, man.
It's about 1,000 fans though, all around.
No, what about the stadium? He visited the stadium.
No. I'm saying in general, in total, like in
10,000, over 10,000, bro.
Okay, so let's say it's 10,000, yeah, and you're talking about 100 people. You know what I'm saying? That's less than 5%. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about the majority. I was there. Yeah, man, top bins, you already knowing that. Let's talk about how the majority of the fans were there protesting peacefully. And here's the thing with people breaking into so most people were there protesting peacefully. No issues with that. People were singing. The police was there. Stewards was there. As far as I see, and I didn't see any trouble with any of the fans. I didn't see any trouble with any security or any stewards or anything of that nature or any police. So what I'll say about the fans breaking into the ground is I understand. I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't continue to take liberties with something people love and expect them not to react. We're in 2021. These men have been taking the piss since 2005. The Super League was just the final straw. And even though the Super League is now over, the fact that they did that, yeah, man, out here, you don't know. People, you've been taking liberties for over 15 years now with something people love. The only thing I don't like about when they broke in, I seen the guy got injured in his face. I'm not with that. And
the comments, by the way, Flawless.
Yeah.
Jermaine
I wouldn't call it a peaceful protest. They overstepped the mark and said fans clouded the message that was supposed to be out. Nah, fuck all that. They got the message loud and clear. Because we got the game locked off. We got the game locked off. They got the message loud and clear because we've cost them money now. You know what I'm saying? In that we cost them money because there would have been it was on Sky and there would have been global rights all around the world for the biggest game in the country. We got the biggest game in the country locked off. So
this is what Schmeichel said apparently. He goes, I don't think these are diehard fans
in the stadium. I think they're idiots, troublemakers. None of them will remember the good times. Some of them were even born when the Glazers. Some of them weren't, but according to Perez, you get me, Florentino, 16 to 24-year-olds don't care about football. But I was at both protests and see many people between the ages of 16 and 24, and that's just Manchester United. So the only thing I'm against is anybody being physically harmed, and also the Sky cameras being broken. That's literally it. Them breaking into the stadium, I'm cool with. I understand it, innit? Like, people are like, oh, what else are we supposed to do at this point? Somebody tell me, innit? Because everybody seems to have problems for every solution. So
that's my problem, bro. A lot of people say, well, let's do it this way. Well, let's do it that way. But behind the phone, when they're sat at home doing nothing. You know what I mean? Point. Nobody's got solutions. Let me reiterate this again. You know me, I'm always on the ruckus. I have no issue with them breaking into the stadium, innit? No issue being on the pitch, bringing the corner flag out. People are talking about, they were breaking seats. There's a leak in Old Trafford. You know what I'm saying? And that the Glazers don't care about OT. But all of a sudden now we care about seats and that. Let's get these men out. Like, I don't care about how the message delivered. Did you get the message? That's literally it.
At the end of the day, listen, Jermaine Jonas, I'll say it to you kindly. You're not a Man United fan. Man United used to slap up your teams. We used to slap up Tottenham. We used to slap up.
It's a journey, man. It's a journey, man.
One sec.
You're still bitter. You still twisted and bitter because Man United used to give you beatings, mate. So you don't know nothing about what's going on. Don't comment. Simple as that. Do not open your big mouth and Schmeichel, right? Stop trying to be relevant. Stop trying to be relevant. You are a muppet. You are the guy who were doing somersaults when you played for City when they scored against us. So stop it. Stop it. Stop trying to get in there with the Man United fans. Just because none of us were born, or even in this country, when the Busby babes were running things.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're going out there slapping everybody in Europe. That doesn't mean that we don't love our club. Shut your mouth, man. Shut your mouth. And stop trying to get a job with the Glazers. Stop it.
Same with Schmeichel. Same with Schmeichel. I told you, man, I've always been a Van der Sar fan. I've always been a Van der Sar fan.
And this, this is the message that to every Man United player. If you ain't with the fans, keep your mouth shut. Simple.
Yeah. Aaron, that's the message, man. You know what I mean? This is the time now for us to keep going, man. You know what I mean? I know the title of the video is the Glazers' reign ended with a question mark, you know.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people say, well, you still need a buyer, yeah, but that uncomfortableness, right? Is it a thing where you're thinking right now, the time is now for these guys to go now? The time is looking like they're going to think, you know what? Is it worth us being here anymore? A lot of people say, well, it's a business and whatnot, but imagine that uncomfortable atmosphere when the fans come back in the stadium. You know what I mean, bro? When we don't start to win results, when we don't start to get trophies, when Ollie doesn't get backed. You know, he's still here, by the way. If he doesn't, you know what I mean? If we're not winning trophies, this is 4 years without trophy, 8 years without Premier League, 10 years or so. I know it's bigger than that. I'm just saying it's bigger than that, but I'm not trying to say to you, when you add it on top and it becomes like almost like a domino effect, yeah? And you look at the fans went on the stadium. That's the first domino effect. The second one will be fights in the stands. Fights in the corporate seats where you see somebody from the getting egged or something like that. These things will happen, man. I'm telling you, Megastar will be trashed.
I can see this happening. You know when and Nurden was with me that day. I think when because Said, you were in Eastern. I was with Nurden in the Sir Alex Ferguson stand when Bruno had his first game against Wolves. Remember, and there was a walkout being planned. But because Ollie came out in the press conference and said, don't abandon us, and then everyone wanted to see Bruno play.
This will happen, Aaron. This will happen. I'm telling you now.
People wanted to see Bruno play, so they didn't walk out. Now with everything that's going on, and now that everyone has understood or sided, like now that everyone's together, and has one objective, which is to get the Glazers out, I can see us go to Old Trafford and literally, because of that one objective, 75th minute, everyone just walks out. Yeah. And you know why that's gonna have a big impact? Because all of our games, all of the Manchester United games are on TV, bro. Because we always get the 12:30 on Saturday. We get the what's it called? The 5:30 on 5:30 on Saturday evening, or we get one of the Sunday slots. We get one of the hours on the Sunday slots. Do you know what I'm saying? So all of our games are always going to be on TV. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Flawless. All of our games are always going to be on TV. So if we go back to the stadium, we've already done 2 protests. If we go back to the stadium and we really decide, yo, this minute, let's just walk out, fam. Could you imagine what type of impact that's going to have? Could you imagine a guy in China watching on his TV screen and just see 60,000 men leave the stadium? Could you imagine that? The whole of the East Stand leaving the stadium. The whole of the Stretford End leaving the stadium. Obviously, you know, the corporate seats, people are going to stay because they're not really football fans, are they? Or the executives or whatever that is. They're going to stay. Do you know what I'm saying? But could you imagine everyone just leaving? Yeah. 1, nobody's going to focus on the game. 2, the cameras are going to pan on the cameras are going to pan on the spaces where everyone leaves. Do you see what I'm saying?
Every news station.
And because I know that based on this one. Based on what I've seen yesterday, I know that our fans are capable of doing this. They're capable. Imagine if
they'll abandon the game at the end of the season. You know, there's a game on it.
Imagine if 5,000 men in the Stretford End are like, yo, 80th minute, let's just do this, fam. They'll do it, fam. They'll do it. And you know, them man in the singing section are crazy like that. They'll do it. Honestly, they'll do it.
Did you see the picture, by the way, of Luke Shaw, Dean Henderson looking at the
window? Yeah.
Looking out the window, man. Flawless. This will affect them, man. They're looking at thinking, wow, man, these guys are passionate, you know. They want their club back, man. This is the hardcore fans that are saying they want their club back. You know what I mean?
Of course, and the players are smart enough to know we're not rioting and protesting for no reason. You get what I'm saying in that? There's a reason behind this. People didn't storm the stadium for no reason. People didn't break into the stadium for no reason. There wasn't 10,000 people outside the stadium for no reason. There wasn't 3,000 people last week for no reason. Glazers out wasn't trending on social media when United were even playing for no reason. This is not 1 or 2 years in the making. This is 15 years that these men have been slapping us in the face. Like, we've had enough. Even when we were successful, we went through a period where we won 3 Premier League titles in a row and the Champions League, and there was bare green and gold scarves, around the stadium. We've had enough.
Beckham, when we played Milan.
When we played Milan, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Beckham was playing for Milan. Beckham's now 45 and owns.
I remember games before that against Liverpool, like at home when we.
This is my whole point.
2-1. Parks got a winner.
Yeah, facts. You can't trouble people and then police the consequences in it. If I continue, me as an individual, keep troubling somebody, and however they respond is then my fault in it. If they tell me, yo, leave me alone, however, then you can't police consequences and how people respond to your nonsense and that. The Glazers caused this. People are talking about this is United fans' problem. No, we're just reacting to what has happened. You know what I'm saying? I've seen the
protest here. Apparently, another protest 15th of May against the sustained pressure Reds, but when back in grounds, don't buy food, merch. Listen, I don't buy nothing, me, man.
So I want to update you on halal anyway. Can I just update you on that super chat? Super chat, yo, big up Prem Prodigy.
Big up Prem Prodigy.
Yo, guys. So sorry, I was just because someone sent me the actual clip of Jermaine Genius. I listened to it for 10 seconds and I took it off, mate. What? This guy's waffling, bro.
He's a clown, man.
Waffling, bro. Absolute waffler, man. What are you talking about? People are asking me for my opinion and I think it's unfair. What do you mean it's unfair? It's not about you, bro. It's about the Glazers, man.
If you don't know nothing about it, bro, if you don't know nothing about it and you don't do the research, do not comment.
This guy's waffling, man. Sorry, not to cut you off, man. I just wanted to say
you know what? Just put that up. Put the Prem Prodigy just to super chat.
Yeah, the super chat. Yeah, he says he goes protests already planned for 15-16 in May against Liverpool to sustain pressure Reds, but when bracket grounds, don't buy food, merch, anything, guys. Listen, I told you, man, it's not halal anyway, so I don't buy it.
I heard that.
You know what? I just want to come to that. One of the fans groups, have sent a 4-point plan to the Glazers, right? And they said they want an engagement with the owners, right? And they have till Friday to reply. Now, if they don't reply, that means the Leicester game, Fulham game, Liverpool when it gets if that game now gets rescheduled to the 15 or the 16, we go again. We go again. At the end of the day, let me say something to people. Somebody was saying in a comment before that, am I condoning violence? Listen, I don't condone no violence, right, people? But what I'm telling you, there's a difference between violence that the police
bring it back, Say, bring it back.
Which one?
The Pogba one. That was the one that pissed me off, bro. How is that a whole protest going on? Fans have invaded the stadium, went on the pitch, and Souness still manages to talk about Pogba. This guy's an absolute clown, bro.
And people claim that we have agendas and that. No, that's an agenda.
That's an agenda, bro. That's what I call an agenda.
You know what it is? I think Souness thinks Pogba let them in the back door. That's what it is, and that. You know what I'm saying? And that he reckons Pogba opened the fire exit.
A whole protest is going on, and you still manage to talk about flair play is this, flair play. Oh, I will change a Grealish for Pogba. Shut up, man. Shut up.
You know what? That is just what they are in it. To be fair to them,
that's what they are, man.
Listen, on that section, they're going to talk about who United should sign anyway. Like I said, I just want to give a message to all the fans, to all the people that are watching. Please share this message right now. Share this message far and wide, please. We got to stay united. We can't let the media divide us. Any of the Muppets, do not listen to any Muppets. Sancho, Haaland, anybody else signs, whoever signs, I don't care. I don't care if they buy brand new 11 players. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. He was one of the most violent thugs on a football pitch, mate.
Have you seen his tackles? Anyone of the kids watching us right now, yeah, and you never seen any Sooners tapes, just type in on YouTube and look at some of the tackles, and you want to talk about violence. Please, man.
And the
I didn't see it. Wheel it back. I didn't see it.
Back on that comment, man, from you get me, Norwegian Mr. Bean. Man said Sooners will probably blame Pogba for not tracking back to help the stewards.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. It's crazy, bro.
Yo.
Yeah, man. It was
bro.
Yeah, man, he did it.
Again. You know what? That's one of the biggest derbies, most
then tell us.
derbies in the world. Fenerbahce against Galatasaray. My guy ran on the pitch and planted a flag in the halfway line. So that just shows you he don't know. And Gary Neville reminded him of that. Gary Neville, that's why I got to big up Gary Neville. Gary Neville was silent, but Gary Neville reminded him of that. Said it exactly. Listen, you did that. And one thing I say to Roy Keane might chat shit, but at times, but Roy Keane said there and then, the fans have had enough. He said it in that accent.
They have.
He said fair play to the United fans. They've just had enough. And that's why they've done it. And the guy was like, do you mean the violence? The guy was like, Keith, Roy, surely not. You're not saying the violence. Listen, no. Nobody's talking about the violence. The fans have had enough. And
he's right.
Is there a sense of achievement, though, Aaron? You know what I mean? Do we feel like now, this is it now? We're starting to feel that we can do something. Before it was, you lot do it. Wear the top reds, wear this and that. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think it's a sense of satisfaction. We shouldn't be satisfied with what's been done last week and yesterday. We should carry on thinking of other strategies. We should carry on looking for different strategies to make them lose as much money as possible. Like I said, I had a show earlier with Manny, and we just tried to kind of figure out how many. We just went off some like random numbers because we don't know the actual figures. But there's about Manchester United has. Let me put it here. Manchester United has 40.2 million fans on Instagram. Yeah. Imagine from those 40 million, let's say 20 million around the world subscribe to MUTV. That's £7.99 a month or £7.99 a month. Yeah, put that in your currency. That's 159.8 million that they're making every single year. Now imagine every one of those 20 mil, around the world. I don't care where you live. I don't know where you live. Take away or cancel your subscription. You're making them lose £159.8 million.
Yeah.
Now imagine if you do that for 2 straight years. Do you know how much money they'll lose? Eventually, they'll have to sell. Let me take something else. Let's go. Saeed, you know that, or Nudin, because I don't know how much it is. I said $12.99 when I did the show with Manny. A package of a pie, a packet of crisps, and a drink. What was that $12.99, innit?
Yeah.
Around that.
$12.99, Packed house, Old Trafford. Let's say it's a United against City. Let's say from those 70,000, probably 40,000 will go and buy that package, 40,000, let's go. That's 500.
Go on.
519K on a match day just for selling pies.
They make 5 million per match day.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like 519.6. Yeah, 519.6K. You can make them lose on a match day if you stop buying all the. It's expensive and it's dead anyway, bro. You could like my man said, bro. Sharon said, take a packed lunch, bro. You know what I'm saying? Go to the local Asda, your local Tesco, Sainsbury's.
Tesco around the corner.
Take a little packet of ribs. You know what I'm saying? Hide it in your coat, whatever you got. You know what I'm saying? Bring it inside the stadium and munch it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Get a meal deal. Create your prawn sandwiches. Take them in with your whatever you like. You know what I'm saying?
There's a Tesco around the corner with
there you go.
And Stones might be there, man. You can get the for free.
Aaron, you make a good point. Go on.
Come to this point, right?
Yeah, go on.
The biggest thing what they make money on is the scarf you get. It's the hat because those are expensive.
Yeah.
I bought one, back in the day. 4 years ago, I bought one.
I'm asking you guys on this here. Are you going outside of that stadium? Outside of that, are holding banners telling people not to buy. That's what I'm asking you guys.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Are you with me? I'm going my microphone out there.
I'm
not Concord saying do not buy. because that's where their money. And the sponsors, when the sponsors pull out, we need to get anything that's sponsored by other people, logos on it, because the sponsors then will feel the pressure. We already had the reports that Adidas.
Yeah. They're not happy.
So at the end of the day, we need to send letters. We need to sign petitions to get to Adidas, to what they call these people now who sponsored us. What they called our new sponsor,
Team Viewer.
Team Viewer. We need to get to Team Viewer, people, mate. That's what we need to do. And we got to kindly ask them and say, please do not do business with these Glazers, or your reputation will be ruined. Man United fans will. They already know what we can do, people.
I'll tell you what, Nodin. Team Viewer are probably looking at this and going, "Ooh, what did we get ourselves into? What did we get ourselves into here, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Fire.
What did we get ourselves into here? We didn't expect this."
Yeah, nobody wants to be associated with that, and that's another thing people are forgetting. For sponsors, it hits. People are like, "Oh, it didn't." No, they got the message loud and clear in that.
Oh yeah, they did.
Want to be involved in this. The Glazers would have lost money because the game didn't go ahead. I'm all for disruption because there's no right way to do this. The only thing I'm against is the physical violence. That's it. Nobody should be physically hurt. Minus that, let's go. It is what it is.
Could we? You know what it is, Flawless, as well, yeah? Bro, when it comes to these sponsors, yeah, I personally, obviously it looks nice on a kit and you go, oh, I like this sponsor. Personally, right now, I don't give a fuck, bro. If we have to be sponsored by flipping Macron next year, I do not care, bro. As long as we lose that sponsorship, as long as we lose that money, and as long as it hits the Glazers' pocket and they sell, I'm for it, bro. If we have to be the first ever Premier League team playing with non-branded shirts, bro, I don't care.
You know. Let me ask you a question. You know, Nuruddin. You know how in the C19 world you used to talk about secret coffers and all that. You know, secret coffers and that. You know, if they cough, yeah. You know what I mean? Or they come out. Oh, what are you doing? Secret coughing. You know what's gonna happen now? Secret shoppers in Megastore. Yeah. Oh, what are you doing here? One guy, yeah, he says,
I'm exposing them.
Yo, he comes out the Megastore. I'm getting the glasses out. You was at the protest the other day. Yo, man, it's for my
and you know what? And you know what, Said? You're gonna see that's what I said as well with the show with Manny earlier. I said a lot of these guys that went to the protest yesterday, 10,000 that were there, at least 1,000 of them, you're going to see him in a Megastore buying the new shirt because we signed Sancho, number 7. A lot of these guys are going to be buying the shirts. And someone in the comments said I'm slagging off Bolton because they're sponsored by Macron. Yo, no disrespect to Bolton, yeah? Shout out to Bolton. Yo. No disrespect to Bolton, but I was just using Macron as an example.
Where they are. They used to be a regular Premier League team.
But they're reset though. They're reset.
Mismanagement.
Look where they are.
But they're back in the championship now. They're back in the championship. League One. They're back in League One.
League One.
Okay. We got a super chat here. Big up the panel. Went back for the second protest. It was insane. Imagine going to the sky and spewing false info without doing research. I can't be arsed. You know what I mean? Let me ask you a question, Flawless, man. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I was talking about the uncomfortableness of creating problems. Imagine now it feels uncomfortable for you to go inside a Megastore and you come out, it's almost as if you've been disloyal to the fan base. You went in the Megastore. I've seen a guy, yeah. Sometimes for me, like I'm a window shopper sometimes, innit? I go in there, I used to see what it's about, but I never bought anything. I'll be real with you. I've not bought anything for about 4 years now. Since Mourinho's second season at Old Trafford, I've never bought anything, right? When I go in there, I see people, man. When it's a cold day at Old Trafford, yeah, you know, I see one guy go, what can I do? Can I buy a scarf? He went in there. The scarves cost 25 quid. The hat cost 30 quid. You don't realize it, bro. Simple beanie hat costs 30 quid. Hey, imagine you go in there. One guy came out there. He bought 2 shirts, a beanie hat, and he bought one of them big jackets. You know the big Parker jackets? They were about 700 quid. 700 quid for them big, massive jackets. You know them Arsene Wenger ones? They're 600 quid, man.
I said the Arsene Wenger ones.
I'm telling you, man, you go like that, bro. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. So when you realize it, when people are coming out, bro, I see people coming out like this. And that's why I keep saying to people, season tickets, they can't stop me from watching football in terms of my love for football. You know, I'm a football fan before I hate the Glazers, right? But what I will say to people is, don't encourage buying, you know, giving profit to the Glazers, and you walk into that state, that thingy, and buying all that merch, and it goes straight into their pocket, into their pocket.
Someone said 700 quid. That sounds like a deal for Americans.
I'm telling you, man.
But yeah, you're right, man. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I remember one of my sisters came to visit me. One of my siblings came to visit me like 3 years ago. So I took her around town and whatnot, and I took her to Old Trafford just to kind of see the outside of it because she wanted to see the outside of it. So she was outside taking pictures, and as she's taking selfies, I'm just looking around, and I'm seeing like people in the mega store, obviously tourists and whatnot. But I'm seeing a young dad with his son going into the mega store, coming out with 3 bags, bro. 3 bags, and it's just like, oh, he was talking to his son. Oh, it was worth the money. It was worth the money. Oh, £400. That's all right. I'm like, £400,
brother. That's cheap, man. That's what when he says £400, I've seen people spend more than that, man. As we spend, people spend £1,000 in there. You know what I mean? And the problem also is, you know, a lot of people talk about Flawless, you know, encouraging executive prices in terms of boxes and all that. You know, you always think to yourself, like, you know, these boxes are right. You know what I mean? They're encouraging people to say, you know what? That fan over there, yeah, he don't deserve a ticket, the match-going fan. So more corporate tickets will be about. And you know these guys, we've been in corporate seats now, Darren. They might not even come till about 60th, 70th minute, man. They don't bother about to go.
Yeah, no, they're not.
You know what I mean? They might say, yo, you know, you're the mega store. Can I have the mega store? Yeah, take it, mate. You know what I mean? They're not bothered.
They're too busy drinking wine inside, mate.
Yeah. So end of the day, Flawless, man. Until we get all these little problems, a lot of people don't think these are problems, but these are big problems, man. And until we don't get rid of these small little problems, it becomes a global kind of, you know, this literally become a cash cow, basically.
Yeah, of course, but it's a start. This is the most united, no pun intended, I've seen our fans in a long time. We've done 2 protests back to back. I'm hearing that Adidas, I seen an article, I don't know how true it is, saying that Adidas are concerned about United shirt sales are dropping. And we do need to boycott, not just boycott the megastore, we need to boycott everything. You get what I'm saying? And that boycott the megastore, boycott them across all social media. That's what that is, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? If you hear singing in the background, it's them lot on radio and that, innit? Y'all enjoying herself on radio. What we mean?
Yeah, say no more.
Over there, singing Sean Paul and that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what we need to continue to do. I'm with this, man. Cause as much disruption and discomfort for these men as possible. That's what I'd say on it.
And you know, we've got Belay Visuals here. Says, I thought he was going to say Glazer out for just 1 second, but he had to come in there and put Rashford out. Absolutely no context at all, but that's Belay Visuals. And he's got
as well in that. This is much bigger than any player being in or out, and this is much bigger than Ollie in versus Ollie out. I don't care if you're Ollie in or you're Ollie out at this point. At this point, where we are right now is, are you Glazers out? That's it, and everybody is Glazers out. So you get what I'm saying? And the reason why the fans, I mean, the video of fans being let in, that's because the stewards, who are probably United fans, are Glazers out too. So they probably like, you know what, I don't get paid that much. Let me let these man in. They've had enough. If I'm a steward, I'm opening the back door. Yeah, you man go in.
My steward told me about when Mourinho was getting sacked, and apparently he was telling me that he went around the stadium and just to look around and look at all the things going on. So basically, like, you know, basically memory, like he just had a memory, and he had a walk around the stadium. And he told me the night before he got sacked, he walked around the stadium checking little things and whatnot. This is what happened to Glazers. They always, every time I come in, I see the score sheet or something like that about the Glazers. So get these lot out, mate. You know, these are proper fans, man. Just because they don't have a season ticket, they're proper fans, Noureddin. By the way, we've got
a job. They want to be in and around the atmosphere.
Yeah,
that's do the job they do.
Absolutely.
Everybody there doing their work yesterday, and I hope that none of them got hurt. And you know,
I hope they don't get sacked as well. Hope they don't get sacked, man.
And you know what? On behalf of all of us that protested yesterday, you know what? We didn't want nobody to get hurt. Nobody's condoning that, but we're here for civil disobedience. We're here for disruption. It's got to be stopped. And if you support, if you're
civil disobedience, I love that.
You are nothing but a 2-bit bootlicker. So keep bootlicking. Yeah. And that's what I want to say. A message to the fans.
Yeah.
Keep uniting more, because the more we are united, the more we'll get our club back. Trust me on this one. We need to keep this pressure.
Look,
don't let the media.
What about this, Noureddin? What about this one? You know what I mean? Big up to Adam. The way they tried to make him look like you know, some campaigner.
So
you know what I mean?
You know what? You know the amount of media that wanted to speak yesterday and the last time. Media wanted, guy, can we have a word?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
I'm like, listen, I ain't talking to you, man. You're gonna twist up my words. And
that's why I always say, when it comes to those moments, if all of us go to the to the next protest. Let's say, what was it, 15th, 16th of May, and let's say they want to interview Flawless. What I'm gonna do, my first thought, and I've always had that.
What questions?
They're interviewing Flawless, but I'm making sure I'm recording everything because I know that they're gonna spin whatever he's gonna say, and when they do that, I'll be going online and posting the full thing and saying, "Oh, hold on,
Aaron,
this is what Flawless said."
They'll use a picture, they'll use a video that's not in context, and they'll put it with your one. So then you'll say, we don't condone violence, or do something along them lines of, so enough is enough. So if it takes that, then it takes that. Then they'll put a video of the violence, and then they'll put it to your quote. These guys, these guys are clever at what they do.
I know, yeah. And I know that these guys are clever.
That's the lovely part about social media, though, that we can fight back. Like the fact they did that with Adam Matic can fight back. Like they can try, and they didn't show the police brutality on mainstream media, but people have clipped that and put it on social media. And that's what's good about it. Everyone's got a phone with them now. Everybody can film and record and see what it really is. And again, where is all the outrage for the people who caused this? The people who caused this is the Glazers. If the Glazers didn't do what they did, it's the Glazers who did all this.
Chilling in Florida.
Yeah, it's definitely on them.
Because the madness is now, people are actually, or certain pundits out there like Jermaine flipping Genius, it sounds like they're actually defending the Glazers. Like, what?
Bro. You know what that's called, Aaron? You know what that's called?
Oh my God.
You know what that's called in protest circles? Bootlicker.
Yeah,
Bootlicker.
literally.
How much can I lick? How much can I keep the status quo? We don't want fans making trouble or loving their football club. And that Schmeichel quote as well. You are an absolute donkey. Did you even heard of Man United? Have you even heard of Man United before you played for Man United? No, you didn't. You absolute muppet.
As soon as he moved over to the blue side of Manchester, that was it for me.
Yeah, for me as well, man.
That was it for me. That's why every time I put respect on Van der Sar's name, mate. You know what I mean?
Listen, as soon as he racially abused Ian Wright, when I was a young kid watching it on Sky Sport, and I seen that, that's it. I was never away from that.
And this is what I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand it, but I massively respect it. I mean, I don't understand why, but I massively respect it. Jamie Carragher is a Liverpool legend, yeah?
Exactly.
But if there's anyone out there speaking the most about Manchester United ownership and etc., it's Jamie Carragher, and he ain't never played for us.
Yeah, that's mad, Why is it Why is it the Liverpool legend who's talking the most? And he's like, yo, forget allegiances. The fans have had enough in it.
Do you know why? Do you know why? Do you know why? The media has a long history. You know what happened with Liverpool in Hillsborough in 1989, right? In Sheffield, in Hillsborough, Sheffield Wednesday ground, right? When they're playing that cup semi-final, the media reported and said Liverpool fans were robbing other dead Liverpool fans and pissing on other Liverpool fans. And that became headline news to paint football fans as thugs, as hooligans. And that's what Jamie Carragher was saying. As somebody, and it's also about working class as well. It's about class. It's about class, and this country is riddled with class. And a lot of the people in the media are middle class, right? Now, some of these pundits, right, like Jermaine Jennison, that want to be in that class in it. So they have to go. Working class people have got to shut up, stay in your place, don't moan, don't protest. Don't you cause a disturbance to this game that I was going to comment on. What a game I was looking forward to. Well, you know what? Suck your mother.
Nobody says suck your mom.
Yeah, I heard this one before. You said it before, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, that's how, you know what? That's how you know it's fucked up, because Nuruddin don't even talk like that. So when he's saying, people to suck your mum, like, it's messed up what they're doing.
Yes.
This is how bad it's been, and it's been for the longest.
The media are trying to segregate us, because at the end of the day, they want to have a side who wants to watch the game and a side who, obviously doesn't want to watch the game. They'd rather have a side rather than one unit not wanted to disrupt the game. Because when that Dave guy, that Muppet man as well, tried to interrupt Gary Neville, say, are you telling fans to basically say that there should be a game on? Of course we are, mate.
We are.
I mean, what do you mean? If it means no game till the end of the season, I'm with it.
Yeah, and the thing is, man's acting like United versus Liverpool was going to be some absolutely thrilling game, and that was bound to be 0-0. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, man.
Bound to be 0-0. Man. 0-0 working all over it. What's going on? Like, it was going to be fire.
I've seen more formations and patterns of play with 250 man in it. And then
we had a right hand side for once.
Yo,
Max, did you see? Did you see that volley my man scored in the 6-yard box?
But that team sheet was moving mad. All I'm saying, the man got the ball and did his overhead kick, man. Give up that leg.
That's a young heat back, man. You know what I'm saying? But I just think for me, I just feel like for me, yeah, we need to stay united on this one, man. Because at the end of the day, I feel like this is the end, man. This is the beginning of the end for the Glazers. But what is going to stop it, right, is the loss in momentum. The fact that the Sancho news today, I don't know if you guys heard about it, but, you know, Neil Ashton decided to come out today and throw a bit of Sancho news. Yeah, man. Apparently, Zork, the guys come out and said, you know what, we might be able to sell him for 80 to 90 million euros. You know what I mean?
Basically,
they could sign Sancho, Mbappe, and Didi, Rice, Varane, Haaland, bring Ronaldinho back in his prime. I still want these man gone in there. Like, it's gone too far. There's no, you know, when Musa was saying about, when we were talking about Oli in the past, and he's like, it's not even about the money that you owe me anymore. Keep the money. It's kind of like that with the Glazers. You know what I'm saying? And that I don't want anything from you. I don't want anything to do with you. In the words, RIP to the great man himself, it's time to go in it. We've had enough.
Time to go, man.
Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? And that they're trying to segregate the fans because they know that we have power in numbers. 10,000, 250 United fans or however many stormed the ground got the biggest game in the country called off. If we continue to do this, it's a wrap for them because we're going to continue to hit their pockets and cost them money until they sort this out. Because it should have been sorted out. So now we are taking matters into our own hands, and the fact that there's another protest plan, I love that, and I will be at every protest I can get to. I will be there. I am for it. If there's no games till the end of the season, so be it. Because people forget with the Super League thing, which sparked all this, they was trying to take United versus Liverpool away from us as we know it anyway. They were trying to take it away from us. Let's not lose sight of that. So fuck these man in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And the reason why I'm losing my temper, the reason why I'm telling people to, to their mothers, is because I'm sick of it. They know exactly what they're doing, but they try to manipulate people. They think people are stupid. And it's about class. It's about sucking up to the upper classes, innit? To keep the status quo. No, status quo ain't staying, mate. And like Saeed said earlier, people have been locked up for a whole year, mate. People are mad.
Bro, people are mad, man. You don't realize it, man. Where you big guys been? A lot of people have been locked indoors. You know what I mean? I don't drink and that, but people are not been allowed to go to the pubs and that, bro. These men are not allowed to go to the pubs, bro. You know what I'm saying to you? They've been told to go drink in your home and that. They've been getting fined by the police for not wearing a mask.
You know what? That's why if 10,000 wanted to cause a riot yesterday, from the first moment when me and Flawless got there, we got there, I think, quarter to 2 or 10 to 2 we got there, yeah?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Those people would have done that already. Everybody would have done that already. The place would have been turned upside down already. Because what they did was they closed the Munich, the Munich tunnel. They closed the Munich tunnel. They put red barriers all around that area. And that's what I'm saying, that it wasn't about that. We were
How many stewards were there, by the way? How many stewards were there?
There was, you know what? There was about, you would say, half of the aces in match day. About half or 3/4.
How many do you reckon rejected to come, you reckon? I said, you know what?
Yeah, loads. Nah. You know why? Because the stewards there, like I said, the majority of the stewards are probably United fans. They're probably Glazers out. So they're like, you know,
and they're on a casual contract. You know what I mean? It's not as if it's their day job. It's a casual contract.
They're not the enemy in it. We're not the enemy of them. You know what I'm saying? And they're not the enemy of us. We're not enemies. We're fighting a common goal and that. Yes, you're getting paid, but don't get your head bust trying to stop.
What about that, Flawless?
Going into Flawless well said, Glazers, get out, take your 3-4 billion to get. Yeah, that's it. Just leave. Just leave. All this stops.
Exactly.
That's literally it. That is literally it.
You know what? You'll never hear, when they leave, you will never hear a Glazer word Glazer out of any Man United's mouth. Just go.
Just go.
Go.
Is that the message that they did? Just go.
The message. Just go. Get out of this club. You've took 2 billion out of this club already. And all of that dividends and everything else you've sucked the lifeblood out of this club. Just get out. And those Muppet fans like Jermaine Jenners who don't want to understand, it's not just about the Super League. It's 16 years of vultures leeching our club, who don't give a damn about club, who not even spoke to any of the fans. And like I said, big up man like Ian Sterling and them, right? Big up Must. They sent a 4-page, 4 points letter to them. And they said they want a representation. They want United fans to buy shares. And that was given to Woodward on Friday in the fans forum. Now, they got till Friday to reply. If you don't reply and you don't comply, then we're coming back on the streets.
That's the message, Aaron, man. You know what I mean? If they're not replying,
Definitely.
if they're not willing to say, you know what, man, you know what I mean? They've even given them a little point rule of saying, yo, listen, we want to be involved in the club. You know what I mean? We want to do this and that. Then, man, if they don't want to answer, bro, I think for me, it's going to get worse. A lot of people are saying that's violence, mate. Listen, if you realize what happens on a match day sometimes, man, and an away day, or, you know, when fans, you know, the typical hooliganism that people associate yesterday with, listen, you've not seen nothing coming, mate. You've absolutely seen nothing coming, Aaron. And that's why I keep saying, bro, this could end up ugly, man. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, a lot of people are frustrated. You know, people have lost jobs. People have, you know, gone through, lost family members. You know, and the one thing that they love is that's still there. Yeah, it's been taken away from them.
Yeah.
So that's what you got to realize, Aaron, man.
That's what it is, man. And they, you know, all I would say is to the Glazers is, I mean, they're not going to watch, but all I would say is like they have to get ready for the worst, innit? Because I feel like this, what we've seen now, last week it was peaceful. Yesterday it was a bit, you know what I mean? Inside the stadium, on the pitch and whatnot, it could get even uglier than that. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell people, don't be surprised if you see more shit. Don't be surprised, because like Saeed said, like everyone on here said, the fans have had enough. The fans have had enough. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to slow down. You know what I'm saying? Look at what it happened yesterday, and now we're hearing there's a new protest already on the 15th or 16th.
Yeah.
You know, look how determined the fans are. Do you know what I mean? Like, this time seems like the legit right time that people are thinking, listen, we need to get rid of these guys. And there's no way the Glazers have not found out about this. Definitely found out about this.
At the end of the day, those fans that went to the training ground last week, met with Ollie and them, they put the banner, we decide when you play. They thought we were lying. They thought we were lying. People think Man United fans are joking.
And the players lowered in. They'd be like, you know what, man? We don't want to play in an environment like that, man. They don't want to play in an environment where the fans, you know, could walk out on them on the 75th minute when they could be 2-0 down or 2-1 down. They want the fans back.
Well, you know what? The Glazers can put a stop to this, innit? They can just put a stop to all of this, sell up, and see you later. Au revoir. Good night, Vienna, mate. That's what it would be.
Yes, sir.
Good night, Vienna.
Yes, sir. And Saeed goes, shame on the pundits who spoke about about something they clearly don't understand. How can you have opinions on something you don't understand?
Exactly.
SMH.
Exactly.
Them are the idiots. That's why, man.
You know what I mean? You can't. You don't know how someone's going through, man. You know what I mean? If you don't have, in reality, have never been through it, man. But guys, we're gonna wrap it up there, people.
So I just want to say just one thing, right? Just one more last thing. Yesterday, what we've seen was not hooliganism. Yesterday was violence. It was civil disobedience. To be able to run, shout out Stroh, man.
Yeah, big up Stroh, man.
Yo, shout out
to Stroh.
You know what? The majority of people there went there to do civil disobedience and to disturb the game. And that was achieved because the game got postponed. But when the police come heavy-handed towards the end of the protest, try to move the ban because they're getting pressure from the local council and they're getting pressure from the Premier League and the FA and the TV companies going, this game needs to go on. Then when police go and try to heavy-hand people are going to fight back. That is it. In every protest there's ever been, there's one or two idiots. But that's going to happen every protest.
Everywhere. There's always a bag. The bag
yesterday egg was peaceful. 98% of the fans out there were peaceful, and there were a few that when the police tried to bully them, they stood for themselves. And the other ones who went outside the Lowry, shout out to every one of those that did civil disobedience, that locked off the coaches, because that's called civil disobedience. But if police go heavy-handed on you, you have a right to defend yourself. That's the instinct. If a policeman's coming on your face beating you up, you've got to defend yourself.
Man.
Wow, imagine this. Imagine that.
I hate how people are trying to paint it like it was violent. Like Nuruddin touched on it beautifully there. When there's a protest and there's 10,000 people, of course there's going to be one or two idiots. We're talking about a minority. We are talking about there was 10,000 people there. 150 people broke into the ground. That's very, very few. Like, why?
Imagine that, though. Imagine this, though. What happens? You know what I mean?
They tried to move home games to Malaysia and Asia and all these things. And that's a war on football. Never mind. So go.
Let me just read the super chat.
I'm saying.
Drizzy Dress says Premier League will go ahead and move Man United games out of Old Trafford. I think Premier League will talk to owners to sell it.
That's what
Wow,
they was trying
imagine
to do
that, people.
That man were trying to move this shit to Saudi Arabia and Wakanda and all these places and that. They were trying to go far and
They were
wide.
going to Wakanda. They were never going to go to Wakanda. They were going to go to Indonesia, Malaysia, all these
Yeah,
I'm
all these countries,
you get
man.
my point.
Yeah, they're gonna move to London as well. You get me? Where they know, but then you know what? Hold tight, the London fans. This is where you make your word now. You know
No, but I don't think moving the club is the best thing to do, because you know
No,
these
no, no,
American
no, listen,
because you know these American owners are used to doing it. And when I say, I'm not just saying American owners, but American people in general, they're used to doing that in general. I mean, for those who watch basketball, what's called the Brooklyn Nets used to be called the New Jersey Nets, and then Jay-Z brought it over, moved it from New Jersey to Brooklyn, and now it's called the Brooklyn Nets. So this is what they do. But you can't do that with Manchester United. Can you imagine Manchester United moving the club from here to London and then calling it London United or some shit like that? No, they don't. They can't do that.
Well, they called on the, you know what I mean, the video games, but you know what I'm saying to you, they might do that here. You know what I mean? Premier League can't say shit about all the selling when they really don't care. Just want the game to be played.
Listen,
absolutely, man.
Listen,
absolutely.
If they want to try to do that, if they want to do that, move the games, then they're going to be beheaded live on TV, bro.
Oh, facts.
I'm not condoning no violence,
bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But then we're going to have to end it there, mate. Nuruddin has spoken, people. But guys, we're going to wrap it up there, man. What an eventful Straighjacket podcast. We've had 900 people still here, 900 people watching. Big up to everybody who's tuned in, everybody who's put a super chat in, everybody who's smashed a like on the video. Hopefully everyone does do that. You know what I mean? You haven't just watched the video and not liked the video. Please like the video, man. We're fasting as well, people. Energy's still there. I've just come back from London literally about 2 hours ago. You get me? But I had to do the stream, man. The stream doesn't stop. The content doesn't stop. We move, we keep rolling. You know what I'm saying to you? Big up everybody who joined in for the Don Robbie not watch along, you get me? You know what I mean? There was no watch along, but yo, big up to everybody who tuned in then. Big up to everybody who's supporting me as every time, you get me? You know, I'm trying to say to you. And yeah, man, we're just going to go round up the boys. The link is in the description for all their socials. So if you want to go subscribe to their channel, please subscribe to their channels. But I'm going to go around and just let people know what they're doing and let people know what their schedule is, man. So, Lord, start off with you.
Yeah, I'm going to most likely do a match preview for Roma, most likely tomorrow night. But yeah, guys, you know where my channel is, innit? Mr. Structure, United Real Therapy, and there is the headquarters, mate. Headquarters of Glazers out. That's why I keep it. Win, lose, draw, Glazers out, mate. Glazers
absolutely
out. That's
all day, every day.
Mate.
Absolutely, man. Aaron, letting people know what you're doing.
Yeah, man. I'm probably gonna do like a little 1v1 show tomorrow, previewing the return fixtures of the Champions League, and then I'm gonna be on Ranta's channel on Tuesday, Wednesday evening doing the watch-alongs to the actual Champions League games.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it's road to 11K for me. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so.
Big up, man. Road to 15. I say road to 15, man. Let's
15,
get 15.
Yeah.
15, man. Come on, man. I'm saying 15 and then 20, you know what I mean? But flawless as well, you know what I mean? Road to 5K for you as well. You get me? What you want now?
5K? Okay, let's go, fam. I thought with that still. But
yo, road to 5K, man. Let's go big, man. Let's go big.
Dream big in that. But yeah, from a third eye view, we go live in 15 minutes, people. Obviously, we're talking the Manchester United-Liverpool game being postponed.
Oh, yeah, so you're a stroke and speak as well.
Yeah, and the rest of the Premier League fixtures as well that happened this weekend.
I'll be tuning in for that one.
Afterthoughts. You know what I'm saying? From a third eye view. So it's on Pi Radio, YouTube, or retune your DAB radio as well, people, in that. But big up to everyone who's locked in that. You know what I'm saying? In that. Big up.
Man, big up to everybody who's locked in, man. Like I said to you, we've had 900 people watching live today. So you get me. Love to everybody who's tuning in. Love to everybody who's super chatted. We go again, people. You know what I'm trying to say to you? The Glazers will go, people. We will get our football club back.
Stay united, forever united.
Stay united. Absolutely, man. Stay united.
Glazers
out, man. You heard it, man. We want them out. Take care, people. Love, like, and we go again. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.